Hi there. I wanted to do a video today about what the experience of losing our parents when we're middle-aged is like. I have worked with hundreds of elderly patients who are dying who have middle-aged adult children, and I'm always surprised at their reaction to their feelings of deep sadness. It's like we all expect that we're going to lose our parents as they get elderly. So there's also the expectation that it's going to be easier because it is expected. And midlife adult children find themselves deeply sad and they seem surprised by it. You know, we all know that the natural course of life is to lose our parents as they become elderly, and that's expected. But unfortunately, the expectation that it's going to be easier is just not true. It is a devastating loss. In this video, I'm going to go over 6 factors that I found in an article entitled, "Why Losing a Parent Makes You Feel Like a Child Even Though You're All Grown Up." It was written by a bereavement specialist named Ellen Sue Stern. And now, these 6 factors help explain why midlife adults are hit especially hard by the loss of a parent or parents. I'm Nancy Lee. I'm a nurse practitioner certified in hospice and palliative care. I have spent the last 25 years of my career working with patients and their families who are at or near end of life, and I have lost both of my parents. So I'm going to be talking about losing our parents when we're middle-aged, like 40, 50, 60 years and up. So I'm really speaking to the baby boomers and the Gen Xers. I'm going to try to explain and perhaps give some understanding to the deep sadness and grief that middle-aged adult children experience when they lose their parents. Now, losing our parents is a universal loss. We will all experience losing our parents because for the most part, we all have parents. I mean, we may not have siblings or children, but for the most part, we all have parents. Even when we are adults, we regard our parents as protectors, role models, advocates, a source of unconditional love, someone we can turn to for wisdom and advice. They may not be our first call for help, but they're always there. Even if they're our last resort, they are always there. When we're parents, we often find ourselves texting our mom or dad to tell them some little information that's happened with our little family. When a parent dies, those interactions suddenly stop. It is a deeply felt loss. Most of us were raised by imperfect parents. And yes, there are unfortunately some whose passing of a parent will come as a welcome relief. But for the majority of us, regardless of the relationship, whether it was strained and full of fraught and conflict, or it was easy and congenial, when they are gone, we will miss them enormously. According to bereavement experts, losing a parent often results in feelings of being literally lost. It's not unusual to experience feelings of abandonment, emptiness, sadness, anger, guilt, anxiety, remorse, and regret. These feelings can last a year and sometimes longer. So here are the 6 factors that are outlined in the article I described earlier that may help to explain why midlife adults are hit especially hard by the loss of a parent or parents. Number one, our parents are the keepers of our history. Who besides a parent knows the first words that we said, or the first word that we said, or that first tooth that we lost? The first time we got on the bus to go to kindergarten, I still remember my kids doing that. Or the mean little girl who didn't invite us to her slumber party. Your parents remember your first crush. They remember why you were grounded that summer, when you pulled that prank on your brother when you were children. Your parents are the keeper of your history, and the list goes on, but I think you get the idea. Number two, our parents are the link to our ancestors. Our biological parents are in our DNA. After they're gone, it's common to notice that we have physical similarities. We may notice mannerisms that are the same as our parents, or we may talk, or the sound of our voice is similar, or the things that come out of our mouth we remember hearing coming out of the mouths of our mother or father. And I swear, sometimes when I laugh, I hear my mother. It is so weird. Number three, our parents are the biggest influence during our formative years in our lives. A very big part of who we are is a direct result of who our parents were, what they passed on, how they lived their lives, and how they affected our lives is deeply intermingled with our own identities. Number four, they gave us life. They gave us the gift of life. Now, they may not have been perfect or very far from it, but for the most part, they did the very best that they could. Now, I'm not referring to people who had traumatic, horrific, abusive childhoods. That's a different topic. Number five, the experience of unconditional love. There is no one else, and I mean no one, who would die for you if it was necessary. No one but a parent would stop a speeding train if it was to save you. Their version of unconditional love may not have been perfect. It may have been invasive, intrusive, or overbearing. Because the truth of the matter is, relationships between children and parents is complicated and complex. However, our parents are the closest thing we get to being unconditionally loved. When they're gone, we miss it. Number six, recognizing our own mortality with a new realization and reality. When our parents are alive, our mortality is a generation away. When they die, we start to consider we are next. The presence of our parents makes us a little more secure and less conscious of the aging process. When a parent dies, we recognize our own mortality in a more realistic, reality-based way. Now, I've only touched briefly on the complicated experience of middle-aged adults who lose their parents. And I know that there are exceptionally bad parents, abusive parents, horrific parents. This information is intended to be about middle-of-the-road parents who, for the most part, did the best that they could. So, please do not leave comments in the comment sections that are hateful about parental abuse. Now, in the description box, I have linked the article from the bereavement expert Ellen Sue Stern, along with the article from Psychology Today about losing both parents. You're welcome to download it and read it for free. I'll also leave my personal email. You are welcome to email me, and I'm happy to discuss your personal situation one-on-one. If you would, write in the subject box YouTube response so that I don't miss it. If you have comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section, and I'm happy to answer those questions. If there's a topic about end of life that you would like me to speak on, please leave that information in the comment section as well, and I'm happy to do that. Please like, share, and subscribe if this video was useful. I'm really trying to grow this channel, and it helps me out a lot. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one.